Hello and welcome to the Yarndale Make Along with Emma. Today we're all about Barbara and we love Barbara. So Barbara was our sheep, not last year in 2020, that was Hope, but in 2019, the last time we were at the auction mart, Barbara was our mascot sheep. Now we've enjoyed picking our favourite colours from Barbara and we've got some exciting news coming. But we thought we'd use some of the wool that we actually made Barbara with to make some really cute little crocheted flowers. And these flowers are really quick and easy to make. And we've called them the Barbara flower, of course. So you'll need a 4.5mm hook if you're using Aran weight yarn, which is what this is. If you've got double knit, you'll need a 3.5. And if you've got sock yarn, I would probably go for a 3 or maybe a 2.5 if you've got one, so they'd be really fiddly and tiddly tiny. But this is Aran weight, so recommended hook size or needle size is actually a 5, but I go down a bit because I'm quite a loose crocheter. So I've got my 4.5mm crochet hook, and to start off with the Barbara yarn, we decided to put the bluey grey in the middle of all of them. So I'm going to show you how to do one of those. Okay, the pattern as always will be free to download on our website. So we start by making a magic circle. Magic circle, hold it there, and I'm going to chain 1 to start with, and then I'm going to do 5 double crochets into my circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm going to pull my circle tight, and I'm going to slip my working stitch into the top, my first one, and I'm going to pull it through. So I've still got my loop on the hook, and pull it through again, and then I'm going to snip it off, pull it right through. If I have a look on here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, I've got 5. Looks like chains on the top of my stitches, and I'm going to work into those to do the petals of my flower. So I've done the middle of my flower. These are really quick and easy to make. So I put the hook into one of the stitches, and I think I'm going to go with the orange. I like this orange. I'm going to go with another orange one. Quite a little garden, I think, of flowers by the time I've finished. Okay, so we join the yarn, pull it through like that. Okay, and I'm going to chain 3. I always use my first chain, I always use both bits of the yarn and then hold the tail behind. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I'm going to do a treble into my next stitch. So I do a treble into there, and then chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And slip stitch into the same place where my treble was. Then chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Treble into the next stitch. Chain 3. Really simple. Join with the slip stitch into the bottom of where the treble went in. 1, 2, 3 chains, treble into the next stitch, 1, 2, 3 chains, into the same place where the treble went. Hope you can see what I'm doing. I've got 3 petals, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, treble into the next stitch, chain 3. So if you had to go making the egg cozies, we're using the same stitches, nothing new, just slightly different combination. And then the last treble goes into the same stitch where we started the chain 3 chain at the beginning. Otherwise you'll end up with a gap. And then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and join the slip stitch into there and pull all the way through and snip it off, pull it all the way through, and you have a Barbara flower. You just need to sew in the ends. Sew them in. Now I had some questions last time about how do you sew in ends on knitting and crochet. Well, it's really quite simple. So you need a darning needle. It needs to have a big eye on it so that you can thread it. Turn your work over to the wrong side. I'll go with my orange first. Basically just sew a few stitches into the back, go in and out of the stitches. If it's knitting, you can follow your stitches backwards and forwards, so it's a little bit easier. On crochet, I just go one way and then go back the other way, just zigzagging through like that. Pull it through and then you can snip it off. There are ways of holding the yarn behind while you're crocheting, but I always find that you end up with annoying little tails that wriggle out and you end up with furry bits on your crochet. One thing I like to do, actually, the middle bit, instead of sewing in the ends, so the middle part of the flower, just tighten a knot. And you can keep those tails and then you can use them to attach to something else that you've made, or you could maybe add a pin to it and have yourself a nice little badge. So there you are, a Barbara flower, just like that. Really didn't take very long at all. Hope you enjoy making them. Bye.